Morning, everyone. This morning is a little bit rushed. Okay, this is the espresso. There's the usual morning dialing in of the machine. Machine is stable at 92 degrees Celsius. Cheers. Still good. Very chocolatey and nutty. Alright, this is good. Okay, let's try the other one. Oh, sweet. Yeah, this is lighter. A little bit on the there's a berries and fruity notes because I have the Ethiopian and Kenyan inside with a Brazilian base. So this coffee is really very good. It's designed for Americano. A high gram morning. Usually I do 18 grams on my machine. Yeah, I have really calibrated my grinder to grind at around 18 plus minus 0.2, right? So has been pretty consistent. Output is usually about 36 to 37 grams of espresso. It's very sweet espresso. This is really, really pleasant for black coffee. Okay, now let's steam some milk. I'm going to make 2 piccolo. Right. By listening to the sound, the pitch of the milk, you can roughly tell the milk is ready. It will go from a slightly higher pitch, and if you allow the milk to stay just below the milk surface, and the frequency of the steam wand injecting air into the milk will start to probably get will sound like a lower pitch sound, and the lower pitch it gets, you know that your milk is almost ready. I think it has to do with the bubbles. Yeah. Right. So let's see if we can get something from this piccolo. Don't really have a lot of space to do this. Another one. 14 grams of coffee, single basket. Okay. Usually, I think the standard for Singapore, if a customer don't ask, normally we'll serve a double shot. Right, so okay, let's try the coffee. Oh, okay. And maybe for one of them, I'm going to put on my Eve board. Right, my son has played with the Eve board, and guess what they put on my printer? I'm just going to show you, right? This is their favorite cartoon right now. Well, not cartoon, it's an anime. It's a Japanese anime. Don't know whether you recognize them. Right, this is actually Goku, and this is the his best mate, I would say, Vegeta. All right, so let's print a Goku then. All right, I'm going to print a Goku on the latte art. All right, so very simple. Basically, I just have to press and then choose a cup size. This is a medium size. Press print, and you will go up. Right, it's really amazing. Maybe you can pick here. This is how they do it. Hey Thomas, morning. Yes, cocoa powder. It's 100% edible, it's safe. There you go. Your Dragon Ball in a cup. It's pretty nice, you know. I like it. It's a little bit fancy, but I like this ability to customize your drinks. It's really interesting the way you can bring smile on the customer's face. Yeah, I know it's hard when I only need one coffee. I can drink as many coffee as I can in a day, and if I space them out, usually I will not get heart palpitations. I think my capacity to take caffeine is pretty high, maybe because of my training. I've been trained to take multiple doses of coffee when I do tasting. Right, just now I only taste a little bit, right? But I usually I will swallow them. Um, during the morning, I'll have a double shot. I split the shot into two piccolo, and the other two single shot I do as a tasting to the espresso. Right. So cheers. This doesn't change the taste at all. It still tastes the same. Right. And what I'm gonna do in the next cup is I'm gonna print my company logo on it. So maybe I can design a Instagram link there for people to, or maybe QR code, right? I don't know. Random ideas. Something like do a QR code on the coffee. Before the QR code disappears in the coffee, if you scan it, order the next one, you get 20% off or something. I don't know. Just throwing random ideas. You can't refill the cartridge. Hi, Erica. Morning. But you have to replace the cartridge, sadly. So you actually have to pay for. Yes, I'm going to let the customer use it. So as I mentioned in my previous slide, I'm actually setting up a corner in my cafe over the weekend. Right, I'll have a station there, and I'll put some machines which I intend to showcase, and I'm going to ask the customer to make their own coffee. Right. So how this is going to work is I'm going to ask for volunteers. Right. Be it my customers who have purchased my machine in the past, or any of my friends that's in Singapore that's willing to do free work for coffee, right? Work for coffee, right? I will not be able to pay you. So you work for coffee. We can guarantee you unlimited coffee during the time that you come to work for us, right? Basically, you will just be stationed there. Then whenever the customer want to make their own cup of coffee, right, you will do the assisting, right? Of course, if I'm around, I'll probably do the. I'm probably able to do the job. But I'm going to put up a roster for people to sign up. A chance to work work in a cafe without getting paid in physical money, right? Being paid in terms of coffee. Yeah. So and I'm going to put a different machines every week, maybe once every 2 weeks, or maybe change out once every week, right? Maybe this week I'll put Lilith, maybe Lilith Bianca, Lilith Mara X, VBM Domoba Super. Yeah, paid in beans dollar. Yeah, you're right. Paid in drinks also, right? Yeah. So And you can make your own drinks, right? We won't stop you from making your own drinks, if as long as you come and help us, right? If you're willing to come and help us and you have a food safety cert, you can just come and help, Yeah, yeah, you can. I mean, yes, it's possible to work with the FIMA, but I may have to ask a volunteer for the La Pavonis, because La Pavonis is something that not everyone can use. I'm actually collaborating with my neighbor, the Mint Museum of Toys. Right, I've suggested that we should do a James Bond event. Right, they will get the copyright for the James Bond movie, which has a La Pavoni inside the movie. Right, so I'm going to search which James Bond movie has a La Pavoni inside. Right, I believe it should be either the Roger Moore or Sean Connery, either one of them. Right, in one of the very early James Bond movie, probably the 70s or 80s, right? Yeah, during that time, whereby I think it's Roger Moore, right? He actually used the La Pavoni, but I think the coffee comes out like running water. He didn't do a good job, right? So it's pretty interesting. So the corner, I'll set up maybe an all-in-one grinder. Morning, right? Maybe an all-in-one with built-in grinders, or I can also possibly be doing a dedicated machine with separate grinders. So I'm going to switch it frequently so that the customer who want to maybe buy machines can actually come here, pay for their coffee, and then make their own and test out the machine, right? So yeah, that's the idea. That's basically the idea. So that's an experience corner. And next to the experience corner, right, I'm going to put the Eve board next to it, right? So if they can't really do latte art, at least they can have. Thanks, Erica. James Bond film Live and Let Die. Okay, I'm going to watch this movie, right? I'm going to search and watch this movie tonight with my kids, right? I hope they can finish the homework before they watch this. Yeah. All right. So it's pretty cool, right? So going to do an event, something like that. Wow. I love the James Bond series of movies. The earlier one. I don't really like the recent one. I think it's too muscular and too. James Bond shouldn't be. I think James Bond should be very elegant. Is in my opinion, right? Shouldn't be involved in fighting. He should outwit without fighting, right? He should use all the gadgets that O has, you know, in dealing with all situations. I don't want my James Bond to be fighting and with being very buff. I want my James Bond to be a very nice gentleman, like the English gentleman, like Sean Connery. Right? It's perfect. He's the only one James Bond that I've seen that I really like, right? There's a few, right? I think I like the Star Wars series. I like the Indiana Jones series. Well, these are all great movies. I think my kids have seen most of them. Yeah, so it's good. I let them listen to oldies like Carpenters, like ABBA. Morning. Okay, let me do one more. This time I'm going to put the company logo on the Eve board. So I'm going to go back. The touchscreen is pretty sensitive, so it's pretty nice. So my colleague Kelly has already designed, use some app to really make the logo more rounded. Right, so should be pretty nice. I have to make sure that the cup stays in the center to get the best effect. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to show you behind the scene, right? How it works exactly like a printer. It's a little bit dark here. And there you go. I think it's definitely Instagrammable, right? Look at it, how cool it is. And the best is it doesn't alter the taste of the coffee. The coffee still tastes the same. So I think it's good. Yeah, so the only thing I have to ask is the price of the cartridge, right? I mean, the machine, you have to pay for the machine first. Subsequently, you must pay for the cartridges. Let me know, right? Yeah. Let me know how much are you willing to pay to print your own logo on a cup of coffee. Additional, right? Because I'm still figuring out how to charge my customer on this. Right, it's a very personal experience. Yeah. And the logo actually stays on the coffee for maybe about 20 minutes to 30 minutes before it starts to sink in. Right, it still sink in, right? So, but that depends on how foamy your milk is, right? The thicker the foam, the more cappuccino-like form it has, the longer it's going to stay. If you do a latte like the one that I've done here, right? The logo, the pictures will actually dissipate a lot faster. So it actually depends on the foam, right? The quality of the foam. Right, cheers. $2. Morning, Happy New Year. Morning.
Hot coffee to go?
Hot coffee to go? Sure. Thank you. The change, just wait for a short while. Hey, morning, Chris. Long black.
Yeah, for you.
See this?
Oh, wow. How do you do that? Wait,
Printer.
there's photos too?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So you can scan and print your face or whatever.
Is this
Yeah.
a permanent fixture? Or
We're gonna put it on the experience corner. So you get your coffee, you put there,
That's great.
then you print. Yeah. Yeah.
And then how do you send the image you
QR code.
QR code?
Yes. You, as long as you have data, you scan, you can upload the photos,
Upload to your
then you can just press and print. It's done in 10 seconds. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. Yeah.
It's really amazing.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, like before
Yeah. That's
normal.
exactly. So the experience corner is supposed to compensate for that.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna put a machine there for people to do their own cup of coffee. Yeah. So they make their payment, they proceed to make their own coffee
Can I
there.
take a photo of it?
Sure. Yes. And it can be customized, put company logo, company name, contact number, QR code, whatever. Yeah.
It's one color though.
Yes, because I didn't want to get the color one
Yeah.
because I think I'm a bit cautious on the coloring they use.
No one needs
This is actually cocoa powder,
Okay.
so it's completely 100%
Yeah, the
no
color-
sugar
yeah,
inside.
that's what's in this.
Correct. Yeah. So I choose the black and white version, which is better. Yeah.
And you gotta roasted cocoa.
Does
Does it flavor it? Is it?
there's no flavor.
Okay.
100%. So if you do a lot, probably taste bitter, but you can't taste at all. You can't taste the cocoa powder because I think there's very little powder sprinkle on top.
Yeah.
It's very little.
It's just enough.
Correct.
Great. Thanks so much.
Right. Have a good day.
See you later.
See you. Bye bye. Okay, I'm gonna bring the camera over here. $2 a cup. Okay, let me discuss with my team. It's a slow morning. I can consider $2. Yep, I think yeah. So, and yesterday I played with a new dripper. It's a pretty interesting coffee dripper. I brought it home, but I didn't have time to make coffee yesterday. So, and you know, I have a senior dog, which is 19-year-old. He's still able to eat and sleep well, but he's starting to lose his control over certain daily. Yeah. Hi, Timothy. Good morning. Thanks for joining. Yeah. So it's quite challenging now, but it's good. I have to walk him through. Yeah. If you have any question, let me know. Right. I'll be really. If I can answer, I'll try to answer. Yesterday morning, I did a comparison between the 3 different way of preparing coffee. Right. I think I did just normal grind and temp. Right. Use my auto temper, and I did once with WDT temp, and then just extract coffee using the exact same profile, exact same grind setting, right? Exact same temperature, exact same pressure, right? Because my machine is able to do that, which therefore I can claim that everything is constant, right? The only difference is whether I leave it as it is without doing anything to the coffee, probably just tap on my grinder, or I do a simple spinning WDT tools, right? The tools I use is something like that. Right, this is the WDT tools I use. I don't use those. I think this is an earlier version, which is pretty effective. There's a brush inside here, right? And there's needles. Basically, just put on your portafilter filter and you spin, and that's it. Spin slowly, right? I think I've used this in my very earlier videos, but this just doesn't fit the workflow in the cafe, right? For home barista, yes, you can. Yeah, you can use this. In my opinion, it doesn't, whether you WDT or not, the grinder I'm using is actually the Firenzato 64 Evo, right? The grinder has got 64 mm size spurs. It's grinding. The grind quality is very good. It's very fluffy, and I don't really see any clumping on the coffee. Hence, therefore, I don't see the need for me to do WDT. And personally, I prefer to dose direct into the portafilter, right? Because when you dose into a dosing cup, you actually compact the coffee in a way, right? And then when you transfer the coffee from the dosing cup onto your portafilter, it always have clumps, right? And that's when you have to break the clumps, and you have to use WDT tools to break the clumps and so on and so forth. So if you are already able to get fluffy ground from your coffee, from a grinder, why do you have to do so many steps? You know? Is it worth the money invested the time, and I did a simple test yesterday. Maybe just once. I should have done more, right? Maybe every morning I should do it and collect the data, right? For the one using the blind shaker, I find that the flow is probably the slowest. Maybe I do not. I do not know the shaking. What does the shaking do to the condition of the, how compact or how loosely the coffee grounds are together, right? But I think the blind shaker did slow down the extraction, so I can visually see that the extraction is slower. And when I taste the coffee, I can also taste the slight over extraction at the back, right? So it doesn't suit my current setting on the machine. If I calibrate the machine, probably it will taste better. But the whole point is, if without WDT, my coffee is already tasting great. Why do I need a WDT to try to improve it, right? So I think ultimately, the investment should be on the grinder and not on these tools, right? Because these tools are a solution to the problem that the grinder created, right? So if you get a better grinder, right, nowadays there's plenty of good grinders in the market, right? DF may not produce the most fluffy ground, right? But if you dose direct to the portafilter, you may need a dosing ring. I think it's acceptable. If you do a little bit of RDT, right, it will definitely get better, less static issues and more fluffy ground as compared to without the RDT, right, which is just some water spray on top. I use chopstick personally. Yeah. So I think out of the 3 shots I pulled yesterday, the best shot, right, is the first 2. I can't tell the difference between the first 2. Whether is it just grind and temp or grind, WDT and temp, the first 2 shots taste almost identical to each other, right? I can conclude the main reason contributing to the fact that they taste the same is because the grind is already very fluffy. So whether I fluff it out again, it does not actually change anything. So I think grinder is the most important, and not the tools, right? All these tools are just another way to make more money. I mean, we do sell them. Of course, we make money from them. Yeah, but is there a need to? I don't know. Yeah, you are the best judge for that. And every time someone mentions something, people will rush in to buy. For example, let me just share this with you, right? I have a customer who bought a DF64 from me, Generation 1, right? And he saw the video on the water, right? Usually for RDT, we spray at the most 2 spray, right? So in one of the video, I think they mentioned more spray can actually leads to better extractions. I think that's what's the inside the video, right? So my customer went to spray 4 squirts of water into the bean, shake it up, throw inside the DF64, and then guess what happened? The entire coffee chamber clogged up because of the coffee ground is too moist, right? Maybe the ionizer he used, right? The squirts bottle they use way too much water, could be the reason, or maybe he sprayed more, right? And sometimes we have to see there are too many factors affecting the taste of coffee. Unless you can keep all the factor constant, right? Then you can claim that by doing something extra actually changes the taste of coffee, right? So I think for a lot of the YouTuber out there, they have equipment that is a lot better than what the home barista uses, and they can produce very consistent shot. But as a home barista, we are influenced by all these ideas, right? And we try to replicate them at home, and you realize that we probably can't replicate the result because we simply don't have the money and the power to own all this equipment. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether it's good, but I think it's cool to share knowledge and information, then let people judge it for themselves to whether they want to buy all these things to make their coffee better. But there's one thing that I'm quite sure it improve is the puck screen. With the puck screen on, usually I'll get less channeling issue. I'll get better extractions. So the only recommendation I would say is important. If you want to buy some gadgets to improve your quality of espresso, right? Other than investing in a very, very good grinder, is to get a puck screen. Less than you can get puck screen at very cheap price. They all work, right? All the puck screen, as long as you have some form of screen off, right? Not paper. I've not tested paper. Maybe I should do a paper test. Put the paper below, put the paper on top. Does it affect the extraction? Does it affect the taste? I do not know, but it's interesting to find out in my own experiment. Right? I've seen other people doing it. I have my subscribers suggesting me to do it. So I'm going to buy this filter paper suited for 58 bottle filter and do a test. I think I'll probably import from the MHW3 bomber. So let's see whether with the paper below, but it's going to waste a lot of paper. That's the thing. I like puck screen because it's mesh, it's steel mesh, and I can reuse, I can clean them out. Yeah, and after cleaning, I can reuse them again. It's practically indestructible. The only chance you'll probably have to buy another puck screen is when you accidentally knock it into your knockbox and you throw it away, right? So that's the only chance you probably throw away your puck screen. And my puck screen got thrown away so many times because when I knock it, it drop it inside and I totally forget about it. Yeah, so if you have any question, feel free to ask. Right, I'm just sharing my thoughts about all these gadgets. I think it has gone into, I think it's too much now, right? And these gadgets are not cheap. Like the one you spin, yeah, it seems to do quite a good job, but who will actually, after dosing coffee, touch it, crack it, then you spin again? Who will do that? I mean, what's the point? Just get a good grinder. Below $500, you can get a very good one. Around $500, SGD, right? And if you pay $300 for that gadget, you must well throw in to buy a set of SSB burrs, right? Yeah, buy a better burr sets. It makes more sense to me. Yeah. Calibrated temper, is it important? I think it's good to have constant force temper. Is it important? I think it's a thing that's good to have, but it's not a must. Because there's so much we can compact on the coffee, Coffee has certain density, so you can't really temp extra hard because the coffee pouch simply just doesn't allow you to temp harder than it's supposed to be. So, but what is the most important is you must get a level temp, right? The temp must be level. So there are certain temper out there that allows you to do a level temp always, right? Basically, it's a device whereby they have a plate whereby they rest on the filter baskets, and when you press down, it will align itself, and so that when you push it down, it will always be horizontal. You can always get a level temp. I think that is already good enough. Hi, Moni. Be right back. Morning, Jack. Welcome. There you go. Have a good day.
Hey,
Yes.
新年快乐。
新年快乐。
Espresso.
Espresso first. Yes. Sure. To go? Yes.
What's this massive machine?
It's a printer.
It's a printer. Wow.
Ah. Yes, it print cocoa powder on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just want espresso.
Yes, I know. I'll get it quick for you. A 3D printer. Yeah.
Is that for your TikTok, is it?
I don't really do TikTok. I should do more on TikTok. Yeah. But it's something that you can customize.
Okay.
It's a conversation starter.
Okay.
It's Instagrammable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it needs a long ROI.
Yeah, and it's very fast.
Really?
Later I'll print something on your flat white.
Okay.
Yeah.
It won't make flat white taste different, right?
No, it's exactly the same taste. Yeah.
Now, the concerns.
Yeah. I know your concerns. There you go. Yes.
What does it use? Is it not just...
This is mine.
Oh no, but what material is it using? Is it
It uses cocoa powder
cocoa powder?
to spray on top.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Okay, let me do one, right? You can see how it works.
It's outrageous on the desk, by the way. You need to find you one first.
Yeah.
Can't stay there.
No, you won't be staying here. You'll be staying at the experience corner.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
What's the
The latte is trying this.
Good morning.
they all want espresso shot? All of them double? Okay, so could I just have
It's done.
Wow.
latte?
Technology.
Yeah.
Just one shot.
There it is.
I hope you didn't pay too much for that.
No, it's a toy,
Okay.
and I think I can recoup it.
Okay, good. Make
Yes,
sure you have your ROI.
Yes. Like what? Latte single shot. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you.
Gosh, liquid. Yeah. And the croissant.
Enough. Bye bye. Thank you. Right. Okay, I think that's what I think. Thanks for joining, by the way. I think recently I see the Ikape come out with another WDT tools. I think everyone seems to be riding on the just want to make quick cash out of it. The design is almost the same. Yeah. Just my own opinion, right? If you don't agree with me, if you don't agree with me, it's all right. Yeah. It's just my personal opinion about the recent situation. Take away. Thank you. Have a good day. Yeah. Bye bye. grab something to eat. Something like this. Right, so sorry about that. Alright, thanks for joining. I think I will end my stream here. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Bye bye.